What can a union now do to contribute to the welfare of its own members and to the welfare of the country? The unfinished business of our society still lies stretching before us, and this housing project demonstrates what labor can do for this city and this country.
Well, everybody was excited. Mrs. Roosevelt was there. My mother had moved in, so she was there, and she knew Eleanor Roosevelt very well. It was just very exciting, and the President Kennedy, really made us feel that he was, one of us, that he recognized what we were, how important we were, and made a wonderful speech, very friendly, warm, not just a political speech.
President John F. Kennedy issued a call to organize labor to tackle the unfinished business of building and preserving affordable housing for working people. When President Kennedy was in town, I was in the crowd of 10,000, and the speech that the president gave was the finest labor union speech that I have ever heard a president of the United States give.
The Penn South Cooperative was always more than buildings. From the beginning, it was an idea about how people should live together and how unions could finance affordable housing for working people.
We're more than just a building with brick and mortar. We're a living, breathing community where people work together, live together, help each other, function together. It makes for a very different kind of life than simply living in a rental building with a landlord owning the building.
My husband is the President Emeritus of the AFL of Randolph Institute. And one of the important things about this development is that it was organized and established by trade unions. And we do have that tradition. We care about labor. We care about labor reaching out to the community, and it's a very important place.
The labor movement has a relationship with Penn South that spans 5 decades, and the AFL-CIO Housing Investment Trust is continuing that legacy today with an investment of $134 million, the largest commitment in HIT history. This investment will also preserve affordability at Penn South for another 20 years and create 610 union construction jobs.
I believe this is one of the most visionary, socially responsible funds in the nation, and as a trustee in my role as borough president of NYCERS, I am proud of the HIT investments we've made, not only because they've created excellent returns, but because they have created union jobs and affordable housing.
Of course, we're 100% union, so it also increases the quality of the job. Because when you have unions doing the work, you know you're going to get quality. And we want it to last.
To have the connection to the AFL-CIO and the unions is important to me and to all of us. And to have that support us means that we can continue to be this kind of community.
This housing project, I believe, can provide a better life for the people who come after us if we meet our responsibility. I hope others will follow your example. And I come here today and ask you to continue to work as you have in the past, and as free labor organizations must do all over the world. We believe that there is much left to do, and I come here today and ask you to join us in doing it.
President Kennedy believed that unions had the potential to accomplish a great deal for affordable housing, and his vision was realized a year after his death, when labor leaders came together in Washington, D.C. to lay the foundation for what would become the AFL-CIO Housing Investment Trust, a $4 billion investment fund that has used union pension investments to finance more than 100,000 units of affordable housing across the country.
Probably the most solid investment you'll ever make also. Just based on 49 years of our history, we've never missed a payment, And over the years where the city was in dire straits, we were paying our taxes in advance, and we would waive the discount and not take it to support the city because we were so grateful for all the things that over the years we have gotten from the city.
Penn South is the latest project to be committed under the Housing Investment Trust's New York City Community Investment Initiative. Since the initiative began in 2002, the HIT has invested nearly $641 million in 33 projects, leveraging $3 billion of total real estate value. These projects have created and preserved over 24,000 units of housing, 96% of which are affordable, and created 2,800 union jobs in the city of New York.
Over the past 10 years, the New York City pension funds have invested more than $570 million in the AFL CIO Housing Investment Trust program. And in addition, we've seen positive returns on our investments. Can you imagine that? Job creation, the building of affordable housing, and positive returns. That's a win-win-win. As Chief Financial Officer, I don't know what more we can ask for.
That's what HIT is helping us do, is preserve something which is unique and very special and can't be replaced today.
I think that this community, because we have the co-op here, is a better community. And I think that this investment will continue to make that possible. And we thank you a lot for it.
We're here because this is what our job is. This is our mission, as it was outlined by the young president so many years ago, and that is to create jobs for working people, to speak on behalf of those who have no one speaking for them, to build affordable housing, and to make this society, the society we live in, closer to the society of our values.
50 years after President Kennedy challenged organized labor to follow the extraordinary example of Penn South and do all it could for affordable housing, the AFL-CIO Housing Investment Trust is returning to the site of his dedication speech to make the largest investment in its history and give new life to the project that inspired its creation and continues to inspire its purpose. President Kennedy did not live to see this historic milestone reached, but as long as there is a Penn South cooperative and as long as there is a labor movement, the young president's legacy will remain.